Don't speak to me or my son ever again. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Catherine, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing my face, hi, my name's Kat, and I really like musicals. I run a musical theater internet cult. First we take over Broadway, and then the world. Hit subscribe to join the cult. So last week I did a video talking about Rent Live and how I thought that it was kind of going to change the landscape of live musicals. And a lot of people who weren't part of the Theater Thursday fam commented on that video saying, oh my gosh, she's so dramatic. And to that I say, of course I'm dramatic. I'm a theater kid, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a Leo. I know what I am, okay? And you can add right to the list because unfortunately, I was super right, and this is the absolute worst I told you so ever. So today we're going to be talking about the cancellation of Hair Live on NBC and what I think the future of live musicals is going to look like. Question of the day, what are your thoughts on Hair Live getting canceled? Were you excited for Hair? Did you think it was gonna be a mess and you're glad it's canceled? Do you love Hair? Do you hate Hair? Do you not know Hair? I wanna hear your thoughts on this whole dilemma in the comments down below. Right off the bat, I'll say I am a huge fan of Hair. I love the music, I love the musical. I'll talk a little bit more about what I thought about Hair Live later in this video, but just know going into it, I love Hair. So the announcement of the cancellation of Hair Live came about a week after the failure that was Rent Live. Now, I say failure not from an artistic standpoint because artistic opinions are opinions. There's no way to really have a correct opinion. From a viewership standpoint, Rent was a flop. Rent was the lowest viewed live musical in the history of live musicals. Like I mentioned last week, there are a ton of different reasons that Rent might have been the lowest viewed. It was the same night as the SAG Awards. It wasn't live, it was pre-recorded. The show might have been too edgy for the family demographic that they usually count on for these live musicals. Not having a massive star attached to the project, including mainstream or Broadway. Like, Jordan Fisher has been on Broadway, but you didn't really have like the Aaron Tveit that Grease Live had, or the Laura Benanti, Christian Borle, Kelly O'Hara, the entire cast of Newsies. So Fox's Rent Live doesn't do well, and then a few days later, NBC cancels their production of Hair Live. I think there is a definite possibility that Hair Live was in talks to be canceled before Rent Live went on. That's because they hadn't announced any cast. They only had a handful of creative people formally attached to it that had been announced. For a production that was slated to take place in May, they hadn't done a ton of promoting yet. We've known that Rent Live was going to happen for more than a year now. Actually, we've known that Rent Live was going to happen since I was brunette, so like a year and a half, 2 years. But I definitely think that Rent Live's performance had a direct correlation to Hair Live being canceled. That's my conspiracy theory, and it's not really a conspiracy theory. I think it's more of just like an educated business guess. Nonetheless, I will take this moment to feel like Shane Dawson in LaDucas. Shout out to the Instagram fam. You'll get the reference if you follow me. So the NBC co-chairs recently put out a statement where they said that they were looking into getting licensing rights for well-known, exciting new musicals. So a lot of people read that as, oh my gosh, Hamilton Live, Dear Evan Hansen Live, Wicked Live. I don't think that's gonna happen, and here's why. All of those musicals have attachments to film deals and potential film adaptations. They probably have development contracts, and doing a live musical of something might hurt movie ticket sales. For the average consumer who isn't really a musical theater fan, why would they spend money on something that they already saw for free 2 years ago? So then the next logical thing that people were saying, oh my gosh, Beauty and the Beast Live! I don't think that's gonna happen either, because a few years ago, ABC announced their interest in producing live musicals for television. ABC is of course owned by Disney, so they're going to license their own musicals in-house. I think it's very unlikely that ABC would relinquish their own rights to their own musicals to a competitor network. Disney does own Fox now, but I think it's really going to come down to an issue of branding. ABC is really seen as like the Disney network. So what I think we can anticipate is something more along the lines of Golden Age musicals. But here's the issue. Golden Age musicals don't translate super well to a contemporary mass audience. Golden Age musicals are purposefully dated, and this is coming from someone who loves Golden Age musicals. Golden Age musicals are not only a reflection of when the show was written, but it also helps to accurately capture that era. If we as a Broadway community are constantly critiquing and ultimately condemning our art, how will the non-musical theater people react? Imagine the uproar that would be caused by something like Guys and Dolls Live. Imagine how sexist reviewers would call it. Like, I can see the BuzzFeed and Bustle articles right now saying 10 reasons why Guys and Dolls Live is super problematic. Because yes, we know Guys and Dolls is problematic. That's the point. We as theater people know that this isn't how life is now. It's a reflection of the past. So ultimately, that's why I was really excited for Hair Live. Oftentimes when shows get revived on Broadway, it's because there's something new to be added. There's a new layer or a new perspective, or because today's audience can really relate to the story at hand. It resonates with the audience. I've been getting a lot of messages and comments saying, Hair is such a niche musical, no one knows Hair. Okay, quick history lesson. Hair did massively well in popular music. Everyone listened to the songs of Hair on the radio, on albums, everyone covered it. Like, imagine if Ariana Grande did a cover of Dead Girl Walking from Heathers on her next album. That is the cultural impact that Hair had. Oh, it's like when Hamilton came out. Hamilton was topping the charts. Everyone, whether or not they had even ever seen a musical, knew what Hamilton was and kinda liked it. That's what Hair was like. Additionally, Hair was essentially the birth of the rock musical. It was the first time that the music of the young people was ever seen on a Broadway stage. But more than the historical relevance of Hair, I think that today's audience really needs Hair, and I think that they'd really like it too. It's got the right energy and the right comedy for a teen audience. It's got an amazing retro bohemian sound that's been really popular over the last few years. And more than that, Hair is about a diverse group of politically woke young people who want to make a change. They're a group of people who feel like they have been abandoned and betrayed by their government, who just want peace and safety for young America. Aside from really just loving Hair, that's why I was really excited to see this on a large scale for contemporary audiences. All of that being said, if I was an executive at NBC, would I think that Hair was the right choice for a live musical? How do we fix and how do we ultimately save the live broadcast musical? In my opinion, I think that they need to change what kind of shows they're doing. They need to be produced for the masses. They can't be aiming to middle America and they can't be going too coasty. It can't be edgy, but it can't be overly sanitized and dated. It needs to be contemporary and it needs to be based on pre-existing properties. I think they need to take a look at the shows that are being most produced by high schools and community theaters across the country. That means we're talking like Addams Family, Shrek, Legally Blonde. I know the Broadway production was on MTV, but I think enough time has passed that the average Joe doesn't know about it, and I think it would do really well financially. I think that's the vibe that they're going to start going for, or at least should go for. I don't know, this is all kind of a mess, so I just hope that we still have live musicals. That's the goal. Help. Any kind of one-off event like a live musical or an awards show is massively expensive, especially in contrast to how much it would cost to do, let's say, another episode of a long-running series. This is what you learn in TV school. Do you think we can even save the live musical? Do you even think it's worth saving at this point? I kind of think it is, but I also know from a business perspective, maybe it's not. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, this isn't sponsored or anything, and I don't make a commission off of this link. Fabletics sent me a bunch of their workout gear, and I am now obsessed with their leggings. They sent me a link for you guys if you want to get 2 pairs for $24 when you become a VIP member. I learned from the vlogs. Thank you, friends. Also, if you're not subscribed to my second channel, definitely do that. I've been posting so many more vlogs and theatery videos over there, so subscribe to Party at Cats to hang out with me more. I hope you guys are having a great day. I love you so much. Break a leg, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!